honorable guests, dear ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, it's an honor for me to address you today. As Vice President of European Parliament and Special Envoy on combating religious discrimination, one of my highest priorities is to combat anti-Semitism and foster Jewish life around Europe to protect the roots of our continent, which are based on Jewish Christian tradition. It is impossible to imagine Europe nowadays without those roots being present in our culture, legal framework, in our way of life. Unfortunately, anti-Semitic narratives and disinformation are on the rise again. First, the COVID-19 pandemic, and now Putin's brutal war in Ukraine. Both helped spread and manifest anti-Semitic hatred online as well as offline. We have had a disturbing surge in conspiracy theories against Jews since the crisis began. Every such surge of anti-Semitism puts European values such as respect for democracy, human rights, the rule of law, fundamental freedoms, good governance, and the stability of our society in danger. Therefore, I condemn the claims made by some organizations that Israel has established an apartheid regime. Yes, you heard me correctly. They describe the state of Israel with a term that was used for the strict racial segregation and significant discrimination in an African state. Israel, the only democracy in the region, the only state which offers participation in elections, in education and culture to everyone living legally in its territory. A democracy that allows diverse representations in the Knesset and the government. For example, Arabian and Ethiopian minorities have a voice. Which other country in the region is equally progressive? Categorizing this as an apartheid state is just plain anti-Semitic. In my opinion, such categorization counters any progress made in the region concerning the peace process. Instead, it deepens the rifts and fuels anti-Semitism around the world. Instead of blanket accusations, we need more efforts to build bridges. Since March, we have been waiting for an official response by European Commission how to react and how to handle this new surge of anti-Semitism. You see, sometimes parliaments are quicker to react than public administrations. However, let us be pragmatic. We must continue building bridges in the region for the good of all stakeholders and especially to safeguard Israel's regional safety. The Abraham Accords are a significant step in the right direction, yielding the first results. This symbolizes hope. Hope that one day Israelis and Arabs can peacefully live together in the region. I am convinced that the European Union, with its history as a peace project, with its experience to overcome hate and mistrust, must take a more decisive role in advancing the peace process. I want the European Union to change its role from spectator to a proactive actor. First, the relationship Israel and European Union can be strengthened through more common projects. For example, in the field of energy, fintech, security, sciences. Second, the Abraham Accords have the potential to be the game changer in the region. European Union should engage actively to make it happen. The fact that caucuses of parliamentarians are being founded under the umbrella of the Abraham Accords in the region and beyond, such as in the United States, to build a network of supporters amplifies its impact. This can help stabilize the situation even beyond government changes and setbacks. That is why my colleagues and I, with European Parliament's President's support, are taking the initiative to set up such a caucus in the European Parliament. A cross-committee body which works with parliamentarians and representatives in the region on specific projects. For example, in education, to provide good school books without hatred, without anti-Semitism. For this reason, I want to encourage all of you. Let us join forces on all levels so that we, sooner rather than later, build a world without anti-Semitism, without discrimination, without racism, and with respect for all religious beliefs as an integral part of our societies. For this reason, I thank all of you for coming together to discuss how we can collectively combat anti-Semitism and foster Jewish life around Europe and beyond.